What's up, Rams fans? Thank you so much for stopping into my video today and taking some time out of your day to chat some Rams with me. Today's going to be a really fun video as I'm going to be talking Troy Hill. Yes, Troy Hill, a guy who has really been overshadowed by the great offseason the Rams have had, the great pieces we've brought in. He's just been kind of an under-the-radar player that a lot of people aren't talking about, including myself. Like, literally, I forgot he was on a roster for the longest time until somebody brought him up in my comments a few days ago. So I figured I would tell you guys about his best strengths and his weaknesses and what he can bring to the LA Rams coming into the 2022 NFL season. It's going to be a really fun one, so let's just get into talking about Troy Hill. So the first thing that you notice when you're looking at a player like Troy Hill is that he can play the slot and the boundary position, and that's really valuable for corners these days. I say that because it not only adds dimension to your defense on being able to move around your pieces and then help scheme against other teams better, it also allows a guy like Jalen Ramsey to be able to shadow opposing teams' best receivers. Because let's just say, you know, we're playing against the Raiders and we're playing against Davante Adams. He moves inside of the slot. Well, Troy Hill doesn't have to continue playing the slot the whole game. That's not what he specializes in. He can kick outside, Ramsey can cover the guy in the slot, in this case being Davante Adams. Really allows you the ability to shadow the team's best wide receiver, and that's really important. Or, you know, if you want Troy Hill playing that star position that we saw Ramsey playing in, where he was just kind of all over the place last season making these plays, he can do that because he's a guy who doesn't mind getting his hands dirty and getting physical with people, putting his hands on them, making good tackles. And so it just really adds a layer to the defense, but it also helps in if you want to shadow an opposing team's best receiver. I mean, you can do that now with the flexibility of Troy Hill. You don't have to worry about it as much. Now, I myself, from what I've seen from Troy Hill and just kind of watching him over the years, would say that he does play better in the slot. He was the 9th best slot in the league in 2020. But, you know, he still is very, very solid at playing that outside boundary corner, which is really significant. Now, I definitely say that Troy Hill plays better and he's at his best when he's playing zone coverage. It doesn't mean that when he's playing man, he's just absolutely helpless. I mean, he can definitely hold his own when he's doing man coverage, but he definitely does his best work when he's playing the zone coverage. That's his best plays when he's doing the lurking and then coming downhill fast and getting the interceptions, or, you know, breaking on the ball quickly and then having an incompletion. That's just what he does best. And that's huge for the Rams because if you guys didn't notice, Raheem Morris loves to play zone and, you know, kind of the cloud type of coverage where you're far off, don't give up the big plays. And that is where Troy Hill can get some of those big plays if he's playing a little bit further off and then come downhill and get the interception. Zone coverage is what he does best. Once again, he can do man, but he definitely does best in his zone coverage. Another thing that Troy Hill has in his arsenal as far as the mind goes is that he is very intelligent and he's very patient. It looks like he's been in the league for a long time with the smarts that he possesses, but he's also very patient. I mean, that is something that's huge in today's NFL. One of my favorite things that I see about Troy Hill is his closing speed. There may be plays where it looks like you've beat the guy, where it looks like you have enough separation, like 5 yards of separation, and then all of a sudden he comes coming like running down the hill. He has amazing closing speed to where he can either pick it off and take it to the house, or he can break it up as soon as he gets there. I mean, it's crazy to see the closing speed because, you know, as a Rams fan, I see somebody out open, I'm like, oh my gosh, he just got toasted. But then he just comes downhill. He either lays the hit or he makes a big play or he deflects it. And so that is really, really important. And he just plays on the field really, really fast. The last thing about Troy Hill that he can bring to this Rams team is he is physical and he's not afraid to lay the contact on people. He's not afraid to go in and get dirty in there and get in those tackles or even try to stop the run game. He's a very good tackler, and I think we're going to see more of that. He's just not afraid of going in there and wreaking havoc. Now, I'm not saying that he's like a safety where he just goes in and lays the boom, but he's not afraid of going in and making the tackle, and a lot of the times he can do it. And so there's just so many things that you like about Troy Hill, and a lot of things that I think us Rams fans are just kind of overlooking or forgetting of how good he was. It's going to be interesting to see how he can do in Raheem Morris scheme, but I think it's really going to benefit him with how much we play zone in this scheme. It's really going to add a lot of versatility, a lot of layers to this defense, and make it at the end of the day harder to beat. I mean, it's crazy, guys. We got people like Aaron Donald, we have people like Leonard Floyd, we have people like Bobby Wagner, Ernest Jones, we have Jalen Ramsey, now Troy Hill on the defense. We're just talking about the defense, and I left out all these names. This defense is going to be good, and I cannot wait to see it. Thank you guys so much for stopping in this video. Going to be doing something new at the end of these videos. What's your favorite childhood toy? Obviously from when you were growing up. For me, it has to be Legos. Always would be in the basement for hours with my family members, just building Legos, listening to the radio. So much fun. I want to know what you guys have to say down below. What was your favorite childhood toy? Other than that though, it's been me, Rams House, You guys have an amazing day. Go Rams, horns up, and God bless.